Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we are going to be reviewing Invasion of the Dinosaurs with the third Doctor. This was my first time seeing this story, and I knew it by reputation. Very bad dinosaur effects, but having a very good story. And that sums it up pretty well, actually. I really enjoyed the story. I liked it a lot. It fills out its 6 parts really, really well. Jumping straight into episode 6, since I've reviewed every episode separately. Well, the first 5 separately. I'm going to talk about 6 and then the story as a whole. I'm really enjoying Benton having a lot to do in this one. I tend to like when Benton has stuff to do. Even in the Daemons, which I find very overrated, I like that Benton has a lot to do in it. So that's one of the things I like about the Daemons. I like that here too. I like when the general, who's one of the bad guys, has him at gunpoint telling him not to use the radio. I like how, Benton kind of distracts him and then attacks him. I mean, he's risking getting shot, but he's doing what he knows is right. He jumps in to fight. And I like how the general's like, "You'll be court-martialed for this," and Benton's just like, "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir." That made me chuckle out loud. I got a kick out of that. Benton has several moments in the story. I just really, really enjoyed him. I'm huge Team Benton. Very, very Team Benton. I really wish they would get John Levine to be in the new series. I really like John Levine a lot, and I would love to have him come back as Benton in the modern show. That scene when Yates shows up pointing the gun at the Brigadier, I did not expect that. That's crazy. Your call to Geneva's come through, and you see the Brigadier pick up the phone, and right before he can talk, you put the phone down, sir, and there's Yates holding a gun on them, and I'm just like, wow. I had to stop and rewind it and watch that part again, because I was just like, it's so weird seeing Yates holding a gun on them, and of course the Doctor trying to talk to him, not quite been able to get through to him, and Yates, the only way they stopped Yates is he got distracted. So again, Benton was able to, I think, kick the gun out of his hand and then put him in that little chokehold. I expected Yates to pop back up at the end, or else do something heroic. I expected him to either change his mind, realize, hey, what we're doing is wrong, I gotta help the Doctor and the good guys, or something, and kind of have that, last second role change where he becomes a good guy again. I expected that within the story. I mean, we get it later in Planet of Spiders, but I expected it here, so I was kind of surprised when he didn't show up after his last scene. It just kind of gets mentioned that the Brigadier, is able to put him on sick leave and then let him resign quietly, best I could do for him, which, to be fair, is better than he could have gotten. But, Yates had done a lot over the course of the show to this point, or the last few seasons, of being a good officer and helping them save the planet from stuff like the Boss and, Green Death and stuff like that. So I guess the Brigadier was weighing all of the good things Mike had done against this and at least trying to do what he could for him, which I liked, because I've never been a big Yates fan, but I did like Yates as a character. And plus, again, knowing we get him back, kind of trying to make restitution in Planet of the Spiders. Episode 6. I did like the very end. One, I liked that the minister guy and the scientist both got sent back to the Golden Age. I hope they enjoy it. The Doctor could take the TARDIS back there and go rescue. Well, no, I guess technically he can't. The TARDIS... Oh, yeah, he can, because he's got the TARDIS back at this point. Season 11. He could have went back and rescued them, but he didn't. So they're trapped back there probably in the dinosaur age, maybe? I don't know exactly what time they went back to. Interesting. I hope they enjoy it. I don't know, the irony of them being sent back to that, I enjoy. I hope they ended up like Nedry or something, They kind of got what they had coming to them. I mean, they had the best of intentions, but yeah. They were going to wipe out millions of people. Billions of people. So, yeah, I enjoyed that. I like the last little talk when the Doctor is trying to convince Sarah Jane right at the end to come with him when he's talking about the planet he wants to go to. There's some incidental music that plays there that I really like. I can't really figure out how to put it in words, but it's really nice incidental music. And the incidental music for the story as a whole was okay. I don't really remember it, but that last little bit of music right before the credits roll, when they're talking, I liked it a lot. I just found it really nice. I was mentally thinking, I like the music here. And then I just enjoy watching them bond in the last few seconds. She's like, you're not getting me back in that TARDIS. Oh, really? Oh, you mentioned I was thinking about going, nope. Now he's talking to her, and she's just like... But as she's doing this, she has that kind of smile on. I love seeing that 3 and Sarah have this bond and rapport that 4 and Sarah also have. That it doesn't just form between 4 and Sarah, that it is already there with 3 and Sarah, especially when in this story they haven't even known each other that long, since it takes place, what looks like, not counting Big Finish stuff, but what looks like right after the Time Warrior. They're still relatively strangers to each other, but you already see that bond forming between them, and I really like that. They're just Liz and John just seem to click so well together, much like Tom and Liz will later, and I think that's just a testament to what kind of awesome person Elizabeth Sladen was, and what great acting ability she has as well, because her acting is phenomenal, and her rapport with people in real life just seems to have been really good. The dinosaur effects, as I mentioned in other videos for this story, for the most part don't bother me as much as they do some people, except for the T-Rex. The T-Rex looks horrible. The other dinosaurs, I'm fine. I mean, they're not stellar, they're not really good, but my willing suspension of disbelief is fine. It's just that awful looking T-Rex that just kind of looks sort of like a T-Rex. It's like the Walmart generic brand of a T-Rex. That is, to me, the big crime committer. And there is some shoddy CSO work, especially in the later episodes, like when the Brontosaurus is standing in the road and the Doctor has to drive under it. The CSO there looks bad. Or when the Brigadier is holding the Triceratops off with the flare. The fringing is so bad. It's so bad. So some of the CSO work in early episodes isn't as bad at times and is bad in others. But if you take the dinosaur stuff out, like the effects and the CSO, it is one of the top tier Pertwee stories, especially from a story standpoint. And it's really, it's one of our last real unit stories, really, because we have Death to the Daleks, Monsters of Peladon after that, and then really Planet of the Spiders, one last kind of hurrah. And while it is a unit story, unit's not in it as much as I'd like. So this is kind of one of the final real unit stories, and it's a good one. It's nice seeing the Brigadier. I love the Brigadier having the Doctor's back. Like right when the General and the Brigadier run into the Doctor at the same time in the Jeeps in Part 6, and the General's like, we'll take him, you can leave. And the Brigadier's like, nope, he's a member of unit. I'm arresting him. This is mutiny. Not at all. I'm just doing my job. I love the fact the Brigadier has the Doctor's back. And I like the fact the General doesn't even question why Benton's there, since Benton's supposed to be under arrest from a previous episode, but Benton's right there pointing a gun at the General. I love that. Benton and the Brigadier. Swell fellows. Both of them. I absolutely just love that they have the Doctor's back in this. Because they know the Doctor. They know he's right. If he says, hey, it's this, then more than likely, yeah, it's probably that. And watching the Doctor figure out, Mike is involved, the Magistrate's involved, the General's involved, as he slowly puts it together. Just a really, really good story. I mentioned in a previous review the scene when Benton lets the Doctor go, because Benton's supposed to take him to a prison cell, and instead that he's just like, shouldn't you be busy overpowering me right now? Because Benton knows the Doctor can figure this out more so than anyone else, so he wants the Doctor to get away. He's doing the right thing. I adore that. And how he just kind of squeezes, because he expects the Doctor to karate judo him or something. Instead, the Doctor just does that like Vulcan nerve pinch kind of thing and puts him to sleep calmly. Yeah, I really enjoy Invasion of the Dinosaurs. It's a good one. I see why it has the reputation it has story wise. And having Yates turn, it's interesting having an established, trusted character, kind of turn against you. Not necessarily because they're bad, but because you have clashing ideologies. You can understand why Yates feels the way he does. Although the fact he would be willing for millions of people to cease to exist, I find that kind of hard to buy. But sometimes people think the ends justify the means, and all they see is that end goal and not the destructive path it takes to get there. So I enjoy how they wove that in. So yeah, Invasion of the Dinosaurs. I haven't touched on everything because I touched on a lot of stuff in the individual reviews. If you want to hear more thoughts on that, I'd check out the actual individual reviews. What do you think of Invasion of the Dinosaurs as a whole? Comment down below and let me know. I always enjoy hearing from you guys. Other things to do, click the like button and the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon. If you like what I do and would like to support what I do, there is a link to that down in the description below. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me, as well as an Amazon wish list that I update regularly. A link to that is down below as well. I want to give a shout out to two of my top tier patrons, Stephen Crane and the Fifth Doctor. I appreciate their continued support, just as I do the support of all of my patrons. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.